So guys, before we move forward, we just have to have a clear understanding about what is an internet, right? I hope you guys know what's an internet. It's basically how we exchange information across the world. And I'm not going to talk much about this. There is a wonderful video on the internet. These slides will be shared to you on the WhatsApp group, and make sure you guys join the WhatsApp, okay? And these slides will be shared there, and you can just check this video just by clicking on this slide, and you can go through it. You will understand about how exactly the internet works. It's important about to understand what's uh, and how exactly this internet works. So this YouTube video will help you guys. Okay, if I talk about this, it will take around 20-30 minutes. So yeah, I don't want to waste time here. We'll go to the next slide. And yeah, so speaking of how the internet actually works, so this is the submarine cable map, guys. So if you look at this hyperlink, so this is basically a hyperlink, and if you open the slides and click on this one, so this will basically look something like this. So this will take you to this website, and you can notice this, right? So all of this, weird, huge cables. So there's all lines, red, green combination of lines. So all of these lines are basically called as the underground submarine cables. Okay. What's the calculation for transfer of data? So let us say if I host a server somewhere in the Australia and I put a computer there and I give internet access. So how is the person who is sitting in Australia is able to send a message to United States to his friend who is in the United States? So this traffic is being traveled through all these underground submarine cables. Again, there's a lot of computer networks in finding the shortest path in which to travel from one place to another. And there is a lot of computer networks as well. You will learn about computer networks in the college, and it's again a different thing. Okay, so for now you just have to have an idea that this is exactly how the internet works. So this the underground submarine cables is the base for how the internet uh, today has been built and how we exchange data. Now, in the future, Elon Musk is coming up with Starlink and all of those, and people are now able to even send messages and access the internet at remote locations with the help of satellite internet. So that's a different technology in the future. I'm fascinated to look at it in the upcoming years. Okay, that's it about the internet thing. So this is one more very exciting video that I find on Vox.com, and you guys can go through this as well. So this is from Vox. Vox is a famous news channel. It's from USA, and yeah, I hope you recognize this person. Uh, and yep, this is a wonderful video on how the internet works, and I highly recommend that you watch this video when the slides are being shared to you on the WhatsApp after the event. Okay. So guys, what is website? Okay, so what exactly is a website? Now let me reshare my screen once again. Yeah. So if I go to Google Chrome, if I can just type in, something like maybe something like Paytm. So you see, Paytm is a popular payments brand in India. It's a fintech company, and they have established their website on the internet. And here goes. This is the home landing page for the Paytm. And this is one example of one website. And I'm pretty sure we all use a lot of websites. Google.com itself is a website. Okay, search engine. Okay, you can just search whatever that you want here. Okay, and this is google.com is one website, Paytm is one website, and there is also Forbes, Forbes.com. And now if I go to okay, BS, FORBS. Okay, okay. So this is Forbes.com. So this is a news uh, uh, company. They basically they publish the news articles, the Forbes 400 definitive ranking of wealthiest Americans in 2023. So why do you think the Forbes company need a website, guys? So, there are many reasons why people, launch their websites. Uh, it's the main reason is that they wanted to establish a recognition. So for that reason, people just write hard code. They learn web development, and they write code day and night, and they develop something like this. This is a really responsive website. Okay, so yeah. So ultimately, when you build website, I think our college itself has a website, right? vitap.ac.in. So when somebody wants to build a startup or a company, the very first thing that people think about is, how do I build a website? And where do I establish it? How do I hire the developers? So web development is like, it's great in demand, guys, today. So today web development has a lot of demand, okay, and the demand keeps increasing. I will talk about AI and how it is going to take over a few of the jobs as web developers. But ultimately try to be optimistic. Okay, AI is not going to take away all of the jobs. Okay, the website development, the idea of web developers and the jobs in the future, the scope for web developers for the jobs in the future is going to be a bit different. I'm not gonna say that everyone is going to be fired, and I'm not gonna say if you don't have to start learning because in the future you're going to be replaced by AI. Okay, so web development doesn't get if you learn web development today, your job is safe for next 20 or 25 years. I'm not gonna guarantee that it's gonna help you throughout your entire lifetime because you have to keep upgrading. But this is a great way to start your programming career. Okay, as a programmer, forget this. As a programmer, this is a great place to start learning web development. So, guys, how the website actually works. This is also one more great video. When I say how, it's not just an internet question. It's a interview. Okay, what happens when you enter a URL in the browser? So let us suppose I enter me to the website, right? It is taking me to the youtube.com page. Now that's perfect, right? Behind the scenes, there's going to be a lot of heavy lifting of servers, request responses between the front end to the back end, and the websites talk to each other. Your request will be sent to one position, one source to the destination. So it's gonna be a lot of heavy lifting that's happening behind the scenes, guys. Okay. And all of that stuff you need to understand when you start developing a website. Okay. So this is one more great video. I recommend you to watch this. Okay. And again, I'll repeat it once again. You guys will get this slide after at the end of the meeting. Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay. Perfect. So what are we gonna do now? So kickstart to web development, right? Let's kickstart our journey to web development. So how do we kickstart? We start learning HTML and CSS. Okay. Uh, okay, I just got reconnected and it's a better internet now. And I hope I'm not lagging now. Okay. And yeah, so we just start learning HTML and CSS. Okay. And there are other technologies like, React JS. There is something like Next.js, and there is something like, you know, there is something like databases like MongoDB. Okay, and there are many other technologies, but you don't have to worry about all of them. But initially, we'll start learning HTML and CSS. So guys, what exactly is HTML? See, I'm not gonna bore you guys with all of the information, but you just have to have an idea of who created HTML. So HTML basically it's a software, guys. Just like C language, just like Python, just like your Java or everything, all the programming languages. HTML is also a software that is being created by some person. It is created by Tim Berners-Lee, and I hope a lot of you guys already know him. He is also the person behind the development of other big important programming languages. And initially, when HTML was launched, it was launched as HTML 2.0 version. It got published in 1995 and then 1999, and yeah, currently we are using HTML 5.0. This is the very latest version of HTML, guys. Okay, and yeah, you just have to remember we are using HTML 5 version. Okay, and these slides will be shared to you again, and you can go through them in detail. Okay. And yeah, now let's start coding. Here comes the coding, and like I said before, you don't need any prerequisite to learn. Okay, and yeah. So very first thing, I think already you got an email last night. I guess you guys have to download this, which is called as Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is called VS Code, and it's recommended. It's a recommended IDE. It's called as an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. You don't have to remember this, okay? But you just need to have an idea that it is a environment. Okay, I don't know the spelling of environment, but yeah, never mind. But you know, it's like an environment. It's a code environment where you start coding, okay? And yeah, so that is one thing. And I hope all of you guys already have this Visual Studio Code installed. So this is the Visual Studio Code. This is how it looks like. Okay, and I request every one of you open your Visual Studio Code and we will start coding. And yeah, so guys, I need a response from your side that if you're ready with your Visual Studio Code, just say that you are ready with your VS Code, or just say we can get started coding, because from now we will start the coding part. Perfect. So I can see a lot, everyone is ready. And let's wait for another 1 minute. And guys, install VS Code. And yeah, I can see a lot of ready, 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 ready. Yes, ready with VS Code. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes, I'm ready, ready, bro. Okay, got it, got it. Great, great, great. So yeah, so guys, if you're opening VS Code, it looks something like this. And the very first thing I want you guys to do is open the File Explorer. Okay, so this is the File Explorer, and on the desktop, create a new folder. You know how to create a new folder, right? So desktop is something where I usually work, but it's recommended you use your local disk like C or D drive or E drive or anything like that. And you can call the folder name as Start the Web, or you can call it whatever that you feel like. And you know you have to open this folder in your Visual Studio Code. Okay, since the folder is already created, so you have to open it here. So as you see, it is already showing me open folder, and if I click on it, I'll go to my desktop and I'll click on the folder, and the folder is open. Perfect. So this is an empty folder, and if it is showing you some pop-up like this, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? So it is just asking you whether you can trust it or not. Yes, I say I trust it because it's a folder on my uh, local. Okay. And now this is the space that is provided to you by VS Code, and you can start coding here. So guys, I think you guys are ready till here. Open a new folder and just, you know, uh, open the new folder in the VS Code. Okay. And yeah. So this is a brief overview of VS Code. You guys can go through this thing when you get the slides at the end of this session. Yes, perfect. So, and you have this VS Code features and all of those. You can get integrations, and it has this customization, Zen mode, split view, status bar, debugging. So these are all the very important features, and I personally use all of these features as a developer in day to day life. And you're gonna have, you will be, I will explain you guys about these features, and but now you don't have to worry about how to use access these features and all. It is a step-by-step process. We start from zero and we go till the end to use the VS Code to the best of our needs. Okay, but for now you don't have to worry about all of these things. Okay, and yeah, now the very first thing we have to do in the VS Code is we have to download some VS Code extensions. Okay, so for it is for web development. Now, what is an extension? So guys, it is like an external package, just like you have Windows operating system, right? You have Windows operating system, and in it, inside this Windows operating system, the OS will be separate, and you install all of your other applications, like other apps. So just like that, in the VS Code itself, VS Code is a software tool, and it requires other external packages to write better code. And these external packages are called as extensions. So please guys, don't worry about this extension and all because you don't have to memorize all of these things, okay? But just have an idea that extensions are external packages in VS Code, and you have to install it to your VS Code to write better web development code, okay? So these are all the extensions, guys. Okay, so prettier code formatter, path IntelliSense, CSS peak, auto close tag. So let us suppose say I will try to install one of the one of the extensions. So prettier code formatter is one extension that I usually use a lot. So here, if I see on my left hand side, I hope you everyone can see my screen properly. Okay, now it is perfect. On the left hand side, I can see there is something called as extensions. Okay, and here I will just type in prettier. Okay, now this is the first one, prettier code format. There are a lot of other packages, but try to download the one which shows a blue tick here and the one with the most number of downloads. Okay, now I have already installed this one, so if you haven't installed it, try to install it. Okay, prettier code format is one extension, and path IntelliSense is one more extension. Path Intelli. Yeah. So guys, even if you do not install, okay, I have not installed this one. I have never used this before, but never mind. You can also install this Path IntelliSense, and you can also install other packages that I'm showing on the screen. Guys, I just want to be very clear. These extensions are not required for you to do write the code. Okay, it is going to provide you a better experience when you write the code. That's it. That's the only reason why we use extensions. Okay, and yeah, so you don't have to install all of them. Okay, I just gave you a brief overview of what are the extensions in VS Code and what extensions that we usually use for web development, and that's it. And you don't need it for writing code. Okay, and the next thing is that now, if you are done with installing those extensions, it's not necessary. You can do it later on. Yeah. Now let's write the first lines of code. So if you can see here, it is showing me the four lists. Okay, it's showing me the. Okay, I just got a call saying that I'm going very quick. So yeah, let me just revert back to where we were before. So guys, just search each and every one of the extensions, in your extensions in Visual Studio Code and download all of this. And I will wait for you guys. So I have already downloaded the Prettier Code formatter, and you can download all the others. Let me just go to my VS Code and search for other extensions. Path intelligence is done. CSS peak. So CSS peak is one package. I can click on this one, and I can click on install. And other packages are like auto close tag is one package. Okay, I can go to VS Code and I can type auto code package. Uh, okay, it is auto close package. Yeah, auto close. Yeah, auto close tag. Yeah, I'm not using this package. Okay, that's fine. And the other extensions are like auto rename tag and let me see, auto rename tag. Yeah, auto rename tag is one thing. And code spell checker is one package. And code spell checker, it's already installed. And then the most important extension, guys, this is the live server. And this is the important thing that we need today. And whether or not you have not installed all of these packages, I highly recommend you have to definitely install this one. Okay, this is the live server. So I will go to the extensions and I will type live server, and there it goes, the live server. It's already installed on my system, and you guys can install it. Yeah, and I will wait for you guys. Okay, and so guys, if you are done installing all of these extensions, and the most important extension, which is the live server, we can move forward. Just drop a message in the chat box. Okay, so I hope everyone is done, and I'll move further. Okay. So live server is one important thing, guys. This one you should definitely install it. Okay, live server. And yeah, back to, you can close the extensions. You can come back to your Explorer. So you can see this one is the Explorer on the left hand side. This sidebar. This is the Explorer. This is the source control, and this is the run and debug. This is extensions. You don't have to worry about other things. Okay, the most important place where we usually work is the Explorer space, and we most of the time we spend time here. Okay, so you don't have to worry about other things. Okay, and guys, so as you can see, it is showing me now. If I place my mouse cursor here, it is showing me four items here. And if I hover my mouse there, it is showing me new file, new folder, refresh Explorer, and collapse folders in Explorer. So let us suppose I want to create a new file. So I just click on this new file, guys. Okay, I just click on this new file and I create a HTML file. Okay, and I call it index.html. Perfect. So why it is called index? So it is just a file name, guys. Uh, any file name, on your computer system, you have a lot of files, and different files will have different names. So index is like one name that it's like a terminology that we follow while we name the HTML files. And when you say this is a Python file. The Python file ends with .py, right? .py is the extension for Python, and .java is the file extension for the Java files. Okay, and for HTML files, .html is the file extension. Okay, so it is the .html, and we usually use this convention, which is called as index. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it Karthik.html. But remember, the file extension should be .html. Okay, this is compulsory. And yeah, now yes, now we will write the first lines of code, right? Code, guys. Okay. Now before we write the first lines of code, I want to explain you a very simple concept. Very easy. Okay, you don't have to stress much. Don't try to memorize, guys. Okay, don't memorize any of these things. Okay, and yeah. Now as you can see, it is showing it as written tags and attributes in HTML. We're gonna study this two important things. So guys, I want all of your attention here. So tags and attributes are basically like the base of HTML. Like a foundation for a building, tags and attributes are like the base for HTML. Okay. So now here if I say here it is showing me tags and attributes are the basis of HTML, which I just what I just told. And the entire HTML document comprises of HTML tags and attributes. So what is this tag, guys? So what is a tag? What is a tag and what is an attribute? Now we'll take a look at that. So what is a HTML tag? What is a HTML tag? So a tag is something, it is in an angular brackets. Okay, there is a spelling mistake here. It's not angle brackets, it's an angular brackets. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So this, I think this is a lesser than symbol, right? The lesser than symbol, and this is a greater than symbol. Okay. Together, they basically form a tag. Okay. And example of a tag is this H1. Okay. And H1 is basically what you call as a heading tag. Okay, so most of the tags in the HTML are closed in this heading tag. Okay, these type of tags. Okay, and I'll give you a very good real-time example. Now guys, I'm on Forbes.com, and here if you notice, it is, if I look at this article, it is showing me at least 260 killed at Israeli. Okay, I feel really terrible reading this news. Prayers to Israel people, and yes, we'll move on to other titles. And yeah, this one. And the wealthiest people in the US are, this is a heading, right? So guys, this is a heading, and this is a paragraph. Okay, and yeah, so this is a heading, right? So what this Forbes website people have done to get this text up on their website. So what do you think they have done? So they basically have used this tag, which is called as heading tag, in order to get it running on that website. Now, how can we do this? Okay, I will just copy this text. Uh, you don't really have to go to Forbes.com, guys. Okay, it's not necessary. I'm just taking it as an example. Now, I will start writing my first lines of code. I will type something called as H1. Okay, and here I will paste the thing that I just studied. Uh, or let's type this is Karthik. Okay, and now this is the first line of code that I wrote. Perfect, right? So H1 basically indicates this is a heading. Okay. Now, in order to start running this, in order to view the website that I've just created, what I'm gonna do is like I'll just click on this bottom go live thing. So I'll just wait till everyone does this thing. So I'll wait for this one. So guys, if you are done with this one, I will show you how to run your HTML file. So you wrote the code is done, and the second thing is you have to run it. Okay. So guys, if you have installed this extension, which is the live server, and if you have not done, go to this extensions on the left side sidebar, and you can see the live server and just install this one. Okay. And yeah, now it will show you this go live button on your bottom. I hope everyone can see this one in the bottom, right? So if you can click on this go live, now just wait. Yeah, boom. You don't have to do anything. You just have to click on the go live, and it will take you to this website. And you can notice the URL. It is saying 127.0.0.1, and it is basically called as a it's called as the local host. And there are a lot of memes on this 127.0.0.1. Let me show you guys, and I'll take to you. Let me show you some of the memes. Okay, there are a lot of humor around this one, and you guys can check. I mean, uh, this is one meme. Girl, come over to my 127.0.0.1, and I'll give you sudo access. Okay, okay. And there's one more meme which says there's no place like 127.0.0.1. And I think you guys do not understand these memes until and unless you understand what is 127.0.0.1. Uh, yeah. Now here, this is a very funny joke. It says hacker says that I know your address. And me, bro, I know it too. So guys, basically what exactly is this 127.0.0.1? So this is basically your local server, guys. Let me explain what exactly that is. 127.0.0.1 is your local address. Is your local address, and it is its server address. It's not an identification for your computer, but it's an identification on the website that is being running on your computer. So currently, I think this is the website that is being running on our computer, right? It is index 127.0.0.1 colon 5500 slash index.html. So this is the URL, which is how we are able to access the website. So this website is currently showing this is heading, right? So this is the website that we have created, and it is being launched on the local server, okay, of your computer, which is 127.0.0.1, and no one else will be able to access this website other than you. Okay, 127.0.0.1 is the fixed for every other every laptop in this universe. Okay, every machine, if not laptop, every machine, this is constant. So it basically indicates that it's a local server, local address. It's not indicating, it's not pointing to your computer, but it is pointing to the website that is being created by you in your Visual Studio Code. Okay. So my friend, this website is being shown up on the browser. Okay, that's it. And that's it about 127.0.0.1. And yeah. And I hope you guys understood about this thing, right? This is the heading tag. So guys, let me just discard this thing. So guys, H1 is a tag, and this is an opening tag, and this is a closing tag. H1 is a tag. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, but it basically consists of an opening tag and a closing tag. Okay, so what's happening here is that you just have to open the tag in order to type a heading. So you can type something like this, H1, and you can enclose all the text over here, all the text over here. The text goes here, and then you can close the tag when you feel like your heading is done. Okay, this is the syntax. You don't call this as a syntax, but uh, there's a different terminology for this, but we will talk about that later. But for now, if you want to create a heading, you just have to open the heading tag, call it h1, and you can type this is heading. This is you can type something with this is uh, another heading, and you know. And now, if you go to the website, I think the changes will appear. Now you see this is another heading. Okay. So what I have done is that I have made changes to the Visual Studio Code. Uh, I have made changes to my code which is present in the Visual Studio Code, and I go to my website and click on refresh, and the changes will appear. Okay. Now I want to create another heading, guys. I just type in another heading. This is another heading, and I just press Control S to save the file, and I go to the browser and I refresh it. You know how to refresh the website, right? You just have to click on this one, or there's a shortcut which is Control R. On Mac, it is Command R, and that's how you refresh this website. Okay. Uh, uh, Kindly excuse me if I'm going very fast. Okay. But I'm trying to slow down as much as possible. And if you guys have any question, our team will definitely resolve it if you can just uh, message in the chat box. Okay. And I hope every one of you guys understood about creating your headings in your website. Also, I think we forgot about writing our first line of code, which is a hello world, right? Hello world is my forever favorite. So now I want all of you guys to create a heading with the h1 tag, opening and closing tag, and in between the text enclosed. Okay. Now I'll just press Control S to the changes that I have made to my VS Code. And now I go to the browser and I click refresh. Boom, it is showing me the updated website. Okay. So that's how it works, guys. That's very simple. Okay. This is the first line of code that you wrote. And congratulations if you are able to do all of these things. We are going to proceed further if you understand all of these things. And I want to replay in the chat box if you are done till this. Okay, I can see a lot of dones in the chat box. Perfect. Great. So I'll go to the next thing, guys. Okay. It's 12:1. Great. Hey, I think somebody just messaged that they're not able to see the data that they wrote. So whoever that is, make sure that you create this index.html file, and the file extension is index.html. Okay, make sure this is a file check. Okay, this indicates that this is a file. Okay, this is an index.html file, and it's a file that browser will read it. Okay, and make sure your live server is installed and it is running on this port. Now guys, live server is like it's like your personal website running on your computer. Okay, now if I go on here and if I it is showing me click to close server. If I click on this, the server will be closed. Now it is showing me the server is on offline. Now if I go and refresh, nothing has happened. See, it's just showing me this site can't be reached. Okay, now I will just close this box and I click on go live again. Now it is going live again. Okay, so make sure guys, if you are unable to okay, I think I did not share my screen. Okay, okay, I'll come back once again. So guys, make sure that you have your live server here and it is up and running. Okay, and if you go to the browser and check, it should the changes should reflect, and make sure the file name is index.html. Okay, index.html is the file name. And okay, somebody's saying screen is not displaying. And okay, okay, not able to see the screen. The page is showing error. Okay, guys, make sure it is index.html. Okay, it is index.html, and make sure the the headings and everything that you have created, it is exactly what I just explained in the file. Okay, make sure the syntax is proper. And yes. Okay, I think there is a lot of done. I think most of the people have done it. Okay, we'll proceed further. Okay, now we will open the VS Code. And yeah, so I hope everyone understood about heading tags. So guys, you can ask me a question like, why it is called as H1? Why not some H10 or something like that? Why only H1? So guys, the reason is that H1 is basically it's called as a tag, and it indicates that the heading is of the size 1. And if I say H2, the heading is of the size H2. If I say H3, the heading is of size H3, and it goes on till H7. I'll just go to the next page. Okay, we'll go to the VS Code and try to implement that first. So I tried using H1, right? H1, right? Now I will try to use H2. And now I will type in, this is heading 2. Okay. So guys, if you can notice, if whenever I type H2 and complete the opening tag, it is automatically generating me the last line, last tag, or closing tag. So once I type the opening tag, the closing tag is automatically being generated for you. So now you can, basically notice that. Just a second. Okay, guys, just give me a second. There is a glitch. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's go. So, guys, I'm just using H2 now, and if I press this is heading 2, and if I go to my browser and see, it is showing me heading 2, right? And okay, somebody's so Danishta is saying that I'm getting something like live reload is not possible. See, Danishta, if it is showing live reload is not possible without head or body tag, we are going to take a look at how to insert head and body tag. Okay, right now you don't have to worry about it. But if you are using VS Code as your default code editor, this code will definitely run. If you are using some other code editor, or if you are using the notepad default notepad of your browser, it will not show up. Just try to refresh your website, guys, in case if it is not showing changes, and make sure on the bottom right, live reload is okay. See, guys, if it is showing live reload is not possible without header uh, body tag, it basically says that it cannot update it. See, live reload, the thing is, it can basically make changes even without you pressing refresh. Okay, even without you pressing the refresh, it will show you the changes. So if it is showing you something like live reload is not possible without header body tag, just click on I understand and don't show again. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. And yeah, perfect. Now I'll move further and I will try to implement the h3 tag, guys. So I will type this is heading 3. I'll go to the browser and see and click Control R. It is showing me h3. Now I will just implement the other tags as well. H4. This is heading 4. Now, if I go to the browser and see, click refresh, it is showing me heading 4. And like that, I wanted to make changes. Okay. And now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make it hit 6, and then I'm gonna make the last one hit 7. Okay. This is heading 6. This is heading 4. This is heading 3. This is heading 2. And this is heading 1. Oh, we missed on heading 5. Never mind. This is heading 5. Perfect. So guys, you see, I started from H1 and I created 7 headings. Okay, H1 with the H1 tag, with the H2 tag, with the H3 tag, with the H4 tag, H5 tag, H6, and H7 tags. Okay. Now, if I go to my browser and click refresh, now it is showing me all the heading tags. Now, can you guys tell me what's the difference here between each and every tag? This heading one text is representing H1 tag. Heading 2 text is representing H2 tag. Now, the difference between H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, H7 tags is the change in font sizes, guys. Okay. And Tim Berners-Lee, I don't know, he only made H7 tags. He did not make H8, H9, H10, and H11. So, yeah, I think H7 is totally fine. We have 7 headings, 7 different sizes of headings, which we can use to build our website. So, you guys don't have to worry about the different font sizes. Okay. And all the font sizes are being provided to us. Okay. And yeah. So I hope you guys understood about what is a tag and how to create a heading in HTML, guys. Okay. And yeah, now let's move further and try to understand what is an attribute. So yes, before we understand what is an attribute, let me go to a good website. Let us suppose I go to, let me check my bookmarks and see some good websites. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna see how to, basically implement this, or how to add images to our website. Right now, our website, it looks uh, something like this, something like this. Now we're gonna add an image just below this one. Okay. Now, how to add images to your website. Okay, if you guys are ready, we will see how to add images. Okay, so Mauli is asking how many heading tags are there in HTML. Mauli, there are 7 heading tags: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, H7. So there are 7 heading tags, and you can use all of them. And every heading tag will provide you a different font size, and that's the only difference between all of these tags. I hope it's clear. H7 is not possible, right? H7 is possible, Pranay, but capital H7 will also be possible. So let us suppose if I say capital H7, this is heading 7, it is also positive. It is also possible. Okay. Now you can see heading 7 is there. Okay. Whether you use capital letters or small letters, it is still going to work. Okay. Uh, I hope it's clear. And so guys, now let's take a look at how to add images to our website. Okay. And I will close other. Yep. Now guys, see, in order to add a heading, the tag is H1, right? In order to add a heading of size, of the highest size, the tag is H1. Now, in order to create an image, the tag is IMG. IMG, it basically stands for image. Okay. Just like how H1 stands for heading, IMG is the tag which stands for image. So if you want to create an image in your or inject an image in your website, guys, you have to use this tag. Okay. And in order to use this tag, you just have to go to your Visual Studio Code and type in img. And instead of closing it like this, you have to close like this. So that you cannot close an image tag like this. You cannot say img is like this. You cannot do something like this. Okay. Img do not have a closing tag. Okay. Everything is combined in one line. So the difference between heading tag and img tag is that heading tag has a opening tag and a closing tag. But then img is a self-closing tag. Okay, let me explain you what is a self-closing tag. So guys, in HTML we have tags, right? And each tag has a opening tag and a closing tag. Now, heading tag has a opening tag and a closing tag. Okay, that's perfect for heading. Now, image tag is a self-closing tag. And there are a lot of self-closing tag, guys. Self-closing tags, okay? Image is one such self-closing tag. Now, if you can see, image is a self-closing tag. There should be a slash here. I will explain you more about this self-closing tags in the future. Okay, but for now, just have an idea that tags are like of two types. One with self-closing tags, one are like self-closing tags, and the other tags are like which has opening tags and closing tags, just like the headings. So image is a self-closing tag. Now, since I have created my image tag, let me go and see the browser and check if there is an image or not. No, there is no image, right? I cannot see image on my website. My syntax is right, but still I cannot see any image on my browser. Right, I have created the image tag, the syntax is perfect, but if I go to my browser, I cannot see any image. Okay, and you know what's the issue here? The issue is that we are creating the image tag, but we are not telling the browser what image that we want to display on the browser, guys. Okay, we are not telling the browser what image is it. Okay, so what's happening behind the scene is that your index.html is a file. It is being passed to your Chrome browser, and your Chrome browser is going to perform a read action on this index.html, and it is going to display to the end users. Okay, now if you are telling the Chrome browser, if the Chrome browser notices there is an image tag, it is going to be crazy. Like it is going to think, is this guy crazy? He has declared an image tag, but he did not mention the source for this image tag, right? So, you know, we have to mention the source for this image tag. Okay, we have to mention what image that we wanted to show on our website. So now, guys, I just want you to go to Google and you know type in web dev memes and download an image from the Chrome browser. Uh, Go to images. Let me choose a good meme. Okay, this is a very good meme. When you work for 48 hours straight and the code still doesn't work, very relatable for me. I'll just share this, I'll just download this. I hope everyone knows how to download images from the Google, right? So you just have to right click on the image and press save image as. Okay, you have to press save images, not save link as. You have to click on save image as and go to the desktop and I can see my folder, right? Start the web folder. I want to save this image in the same file directory where my index.html is present, guys. I will repeat this once again. I am trying to save an image that is present on my web browser, which is this one, to my local. I have to right click on this image. I have to click on save image as, and it will open my file explorer on Windows and it is showing me the folder. So start the web is the name of the folder that I have created. And inside this one, there is an index.html file. Now I'll just quickly click on this one. Now here it is showing me I'm in start the web folder and I wanted to save this image in the folder where my index.html file is there. Okay, so I'll just click on save. Now you see the file is being saved and I'll quickly open my index.html. Now as you can see the index.html is here and my meme is also there. Okay, now if I go to my VS Code, the changes will reflect. Boom. So you can see, right, download.jpg is here. Now if you click on this, guys, it will show you the meme. Okay. So start the web is the name of the folder. In my scenario, it is located on the desktop and I have saved the image in this folder and it is also automatically got rendered on my uh, this VS Code. Okay, now I'm going to fetch this image which is present in the start the web folder, which is same as that of the index.html file. So both of these are in the same file directory. Now I'm going to see how I can get this download.jpg to my web browser. I want to show my meme just below this one. Okay, and what am I gonna do is that I'm gonna use an attribute which is called as src. I'm gonna type src. I'm gonna give an equal to sign, and it automatically opens a double quotes for me. Okay. Now here src is basically called as an attribute, guys. Now I'll explain you what is src. Now if you notice this example here, example of an attribute, or if you can just read this definition, attributes add additional pieces of information to the HTML tags. Attribute takes the form of an opening tag and additional information is placed inside it. Okay. Now, I hope you guys understood what is the first line that I just read. So it's basically attributes are like it adds more information to your tag, HTML tags. So here image tag is perfectly fine. Okay, but then we also have to mention where the source image is present, right? So for that, we need to pass this image tag more information, which is in the form of an attribute. And the name of the attribute here we are using is the SRC. Okay, so SRC is the attribute. And whenever you're mentioning SRC, you have to mention something like this. And you have to first mention its name and you have to use a equal to sign followed by double quotes. And this inside this double quotes, you have to pass in the value. Now this value is nothing but the path to the image. Okay, guys. So here I have created my SRC attribute with a equal to sign and double quotes. Now I'm going to mention the path of the download.jpg. So it is present in my root folder, which is the same as that of the index.html. Now I'll just click dot slash. Now you guys can see right. It is showing me download.jpg. It is automatically showing me download.jpg. Now if I click on this one. Now, let's hope my meme is rendered on my browser. Perfect. So as you can see, the meme is present on my browser. What I just did is that previously we don't have anything like this. Okay, this is a HTML tag, and we want to pass more information to this image tag by mentioning the source of the image. So I just created a source attribute followed by an equal to sign and then a double quotes. So this double quotes is place where we add a value, guys. So it's like a placeholder where you can add a value. Okay. And here you just have to mention the path to the download.jpg. Since download.jpg is present in the same file location as that of index.html, which is the root location, guys. Okay, so you just have to type in dot slash download.jpg and your browser will appear and your image will appear on the browser. Okay, so I can see questions coming up. Okay, I think our team is already responding you with the solutions. So, yep. And yeah, I hope you guys understood this thing. And yeah, so that's exactly what you call as an attribute. So, there are many attributes. Okay. So these attributes basically add more information to your HTML tag. So that's it. And yeah, moving on to the okay, great. So guys, we will talk about one important thing. I think we are already coming to the end of the session, which is it's already 12:25. No issues. So guys, whenever you create this index.html file, there is something that you need to do. Okay, I will for now I'll just remove all of this, or maybe I will just create another index2.html index2.html. So guys, whenever you create this index .html file, the very first line should definitely start with something called as a doc type HTML. So guys, this looks very weird. So this looks something like this. So it's like, let me just type it here. I have to, type something like doc O C T Y P, and then I have to type HTML, and then I have to mention this. So guys, this is the first line. This basically tells the browser that tells the okay. So yeah. So what's gonna happen is that this declaration is basically used to inform the website that the HTML, the .html page that you just created is in HTML5 version. So I hope you guys remember what we have this HTML. So I hope you guys remember HTML5 version is the version that we are currently dealing with, right? And we have to tell the browser which version that we are using. since there is version 2.0, there is version 3.0, there is version 4.0, there is version 5.0 of HTML. We have to tell the web browser which version we are using. So let us say if we are using HTML 3.0 version, we have to mention something like doc type HTML parse. Uh, it's gonna be a very huge line, guys. Even I don't remember as a developer. Even I don't remember the starting line for index or index if I'm using version 2 of HTML. So I just want to be clear on this part, which is that we mostly use HTML version 5. So you don't have to remember how to use HTML version 2 and HTML version 3. Okay, and you only have to remember how to use HTML version 5. Okay, in order to start using HTML version 5, you have to mention this line on the top. Okay, and yeah, this is how it looks like. Okay. Hey guys, I hope you guys understood the very first line. So this basically indicates that we are using HTML5 version and we have to tell the web browser that we are using HTML5 version. Okay. And yeah, so I think that's it with so I think we are already out of time. So understanding the structure of HTML page is something that we will cover in the next session. So guys, let me show you some of the websites that I have built for my clients. And so this is one website that I have built. It's a restaurant website. Okay. So here the client is from Singapore, and this is this is like the header section, and this is the about, and this is all it goes like. So we are planning to develop a project something like this for you guys as well. So you're gonna have to attend all of the sessions in order to understand how to exactly build websites like this. Okay. And there is something called as a map section, and here, if I just click on this one, it is showing me the exact location of the restaurant. And here it is showing me the socials. So I can just click on this one. It will take me to the Instagram page of the business. So these are some of the websites. Like this is one website that I have built, guys. So there are many websites that I have built, and for the clients usually. So we're gonna see how exactly we're gonna build websites like this, and maybe start making money or land your first gig. But for that, I need you guys to be actively participating till the end of the 5 sessions. We're gonna have another session next week, and but next week doesn't mean that the connection will be broken. We are not gonna let you guys forget everything that we have learned in today's session. I'm gonna, you know, uh, we're gonna send a task for you. I hope everyone is joined in the WhatsApp group, right? So we're gonna share more resources with you about learning this. We are gonna share a cheat sheet for HTML, and we're gonna share some YouTube links in order to, have a kickstart in learning HTML. Okay. So, guys, let me just stop sharing my screen, and I want all of you guys to be in the meet because okay, let me just share my screen again. There is something that you guys have to do. So guys, I hope everyone is able to see my screen. And this is the barcode. You guys have to scan this code, this QR code. It's not barcode, it's QR code. Okay, my bad. So it's a QR code. You have to scan this, and you have to fill the form. Okay, and only if you are filling this form, your certificates will be generated. So guys, also I got a lot of questions saying that is this certificates useful? See, I'm not gonna say these certificates will land you a job. How to join WhatsApp group? Somebody messaged it. Okay, I think our team will reply you with the WhatsApp group. Maybe the moderator can just drop the WhatsApp link so that people will join the WhatsApp group. How to position the picture? So I think Veda, I'm sorry if I'm getting the name wrong. So Veda is asking if how to position the picture. So yeah, it's a good question. I can see that you're getting curious about this one. Uh, is HTML case sensitive? It is not case sensitive. Capital H, small h, even if you use capital H, small h for the tag, for the heading, it still works, guys. Okay, it is not case sensitive. Okay, and how to join WhatsApp group? Yeah, you will get the uh, WhatsApp link. Okay, and I want all of you guys to scan this